In this video, we are going to see issue of shares at discount and issue of shares at premium. I have already posted a separate video about issue of shares at par with basic concept. If you want to know the basic concept, please watch Introduction to Corporate Account video. So now let us see the first problem. Issue of shares at discount when under subscription. See the problem. X Limited issued 1,50,000 shares of rupees 10 each at a discount of 10%. 10% on 10 rupees is 1 rupee. Then the issue price is 9 rupees. That is 10 rupees minus 1 rupee is equal to 9 rupees. The shares were payable as under. On application 2 rupees. On allotment 4 rupees with adjustment of discount. That 1 rupee discount will be shown when you make entry for allotment. That is with adjustment of discount 1 rupee. On first and final call is 3 rupees. Now get the total. 2 plus 4, 6. 6 plus 3, 9. The issue price is 9 rupees. Public applied for 1,40,000 shares. Look at the problem. The company offered 1,50,000 shares. But the public applied for how many shares? Only 1,40,000 shares, which means under subscription. So public applied for 1,40,000 shares and the shares have been duly allotted. The entire shares were duly allotted to all shareholders and all money were duly received. Now they ask you to pass journal entries for the above transaction. This one is very simple problem. Now let us see the journal entry for each and every transaction. See the problem. First you have to make entry for application money received. So when you make entry, just see how many applications were applied by the public. So here company offered 1,50,000 but it cannot take 1,50,000. Why? Because public applied for only 1,40,000 shares. So each share price how much? 2 rupees. So on application 2 rupees received. So 2 rupees for each and every share. No. So how many shares applied? 1,40,000 shares. So 1,40,000 into 2 rupees. So what is the entry? First entry, bank account data to share application account. So here you have to write the narration. Being application money received. So how many applications received? 1,40,000 applications received. Each price 2 rupees. No. So 1,40,000 into 2 rupees. 2,80,000. So 2,80,000 received from the public. So when it is under subscription, you have to take only how many applications applied by the public. Okay. So after receiving application money, then the next entry is transfer the application money to share capital. Entry for the transaction is share application account data to share capital. The entire application money transferred to share capital. How much? 2,80,000. Being application money transferred to share capital. The second one is on allotment, company can receive 4 rupees for each and every shares. So while you make entry, you have to show discount also. So entry for the transaction is share allotment account data, discount on issue of share account data to share capital. Generally, when you issue shares at par, you will be making entry like this. Share allotment account data to share capital. This is a due entry. But here the share is issued at discount. No. So you have to show the discount also. So when you make entry for allotment, here you have to mention discount also. So entry for the transaction is share allotment account data, discount on issue of shares account data to share capital. This is a due entry. Allotment money yet to receive. When the company issues shares at discount, the discount is a loss for the company. So loss always shown under debit side. Allotment money 4 rupees. Here you have to mention that 1 rupee. How many applications subscribed by the public? 1,40,000. No. So 1,40,000 into 4 rupees. And discount how much? 10% on 10 rupees. So 1 rupee. No. So 1,40,000 into 1 rupee. 1,40,000 into 4. 5,60,000. allotment money due. And discount on issue of shares how much? 1 rupee no. So 1 rupee into 1,40,000, 1,40,000. Total 7 lakhs. Okay, this is the due entry. Share allotment account data, discount on issue of shares account data to share capital. This one is due entry. The next one is allotment money received. So how much amount they are going to receive? Only 5,60,000 because actual allotment money is 7 lakh rupees, but the company offered discount no. So 7 lakhs minus 1,40,000 is equal to 5,60,000 yet to receive. Here you have to write the narration being allotment money due. The next one is allotment money received. Entry bank account data to share allotment. This one is entry for allotment money received. So how much amount actually they will receive? Only 5,60,000 after allowing discount. 5,60,000 being allotment money received. Then next one is, look at the problem. First and final call. How much? 3 rupees. First you have to make due entry. Entry for the transaction is share first and final call account data to share capital. Being first and final call money due. How much? 1,40,000 shares into 3 rupees. 1,40,000 into 3 rupees. 4,20,000. Okay, then the last one is first and final call money received. Entry for the transaction is bank account data to share first and final call account. How much? The entire amount were duly received. 4,20,000. Okay, being first and final call money received. So these are the entry for the above transaction. Hope you all understand this concept of issue of shares at discount. Now let us see the problem of issue of shares at premium when oversubscription, that is pro-rata allotment. In this problem we are going to see issue of shares at premium when oversubscription and calls in arrears. X Company Limited issued 5,000 shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of 2 rupees per share. So premium means more than the face value. 10 rupees is the face value, but the company issue at a premium of 2 rupees. So totally 12 rupees. Issue price is 12 rupees per share. The amount was payable as under. On application rupees 3 per share. On allotment 5 rupees per share including premium. How much is premium? 2 rupees no. So 2 rupees premium plus 3 rupees allotment is equal to 5 rupees. That premium will be adjusted towards allotment. And on first call 2 rupees per share. On second call 2 rupees per share. Now get the total. 3 plus 5 8. 8 plus 2 10. 10 plus 2 12. 10 rupees face value, 2 rupees premium, totally 12. The company received applications for 6,000 shares. See, the company offered only 5,000 shares, but the public applied for 6,000 shares, which means oversubscription. Okay. And the allotment was made as follows. So here I am going to explain the pro-rata allotment. The pro-rata allotment is applicable when the company receives excess applications from the public, that is oversubscription. The first one is applicants for 200 shares nil, which means the entire 200 shares rejected. They didn't allot any shares to the first category. And second one, applicants for 800 shares fully. The entire 800 shares applied by the applicant, no, the entire shares were fully allotted to them. Okay. And the last one is applicants for 5,000 shares. They have allotted 4,200 shares. So totally here 800 shares allotted, here 4,200 shares allotted. Totally 5,000 shares allotted. company issued 5,000 shares, but the public applied for 6,000 shares. But the company can issue only 5,000 because they have only 5,000 shares. The excess 1,000 shares is there, no? So look at the calculation. 200 shares fully rejected. So remaining 800 shares is there, no? That 800 shares are there in the third category. That is applicant for 5,000 shares allotted only 4,200. The remaining 800 shares they didn't reject, but the amount received on application for that excess 800 shares are retained towards allotment. This is called as pro-rata allotment. We will see the detailed explanation while we make journal entries. All money were duly received except the first call on 300 shares and final call on 400 shares. See, here calls in arrears is there. I told you, no. So this problem is about issue of shares at premium. I have explained about premium over subscription, which means pro-rata allotment. That also I have explained you. And calls in arrears. Calls in arrears means few shareholders they fail to pay call money. It is called as calls in arrears. With this information, they ask you to pass journal entries and prepare balance sheet of X company limited. Now let us see the entries and balance sheet. Let us see the journal entries. So first you have to make entry for the first one. That is the application money received. So how many, say this is over subscription, no. So when you record application money, you have to see how many applications were received by the company. Company offered 5,000 but public applied for 6,000 shares, no. So how much amount they have received? 6,000 into 3 rupees. Entry for the transaction is bank account data to share application. See the calculation. 6,000 applications were applied by the public. Each value is 3 rupees. So 6,000 into 3, 18,000. Being application money received. Here you have to write narration. Being application money received. So after receiving the application money, the next entry is transfer entry. The entire application money will be transferred to share capital. But here over subscription, no. That to pro-rata allotment. Here you need to show entire information in one journal entry. First let me write the entry, then I'll explain you. This is the combined entry. Okay. So usually when it is a normal problem means we'll use to transfer entire 18,000 to share capital. But here over subscription, the company offered only 5,000 shares. Only you can transfer 5,000 share money into share capital. That is 5,000 into 3 rupees per share. 5,000 only you can transfer to share capital. The remaining 1,000 shares are there, no. In that 200 shares were rejected. So what is the entry when we receive application money? Bank account data to share application, no. When we reject the application money, you have to write the reverse entry. That is share application account data to bank. See the entry. Share application account data to bank. How many applications were rejected? 200 shares. 200 into 3 rupees per share, no, 600. The remaining 800 shares we need to reject, but the company they didn't reject. The excess application will be retained towards allotment. So this amount will be maintained towards allotment money. How many shares? 800 shares. 800 into 3 rupees, 2,400. This amount is maintained or adjusted towards share allotment. Entry for the transaction is share application account data to share allotment. So here we have entered 3 transactions in one entry. This one is combined entry. So first entry is transfer entry, share application to share capital. Second one is share application account data to share allotment. This one is pro-rata. That is the excess applications retained towards allotment. And the third one is rejection entry. Rejection entry is share application account data to bank. So we have made one entry as combined entry. So share application 18,000. In that 15,000 transfer to share capital, 2,400 pro-rata allotment and 600 rejected. On allotment 5 per share including premium. We know the premium value, that is 2 rupees, no. So 2 rupees premium, remaining 3 rupees share allotment. Now we have to make due entry, that is allotment money due. Share allotment account data to share capital. Here the shares were issued at premium. Here you have to show the premium also. Entry for allotment money due is share allotment account data to share capital. But in this problem, issue of shares at premium. That premium will be shown while we make entry in allotment. Security premium is 2 rupees and share allotment value is 3 rupees. Total 5 rupees. How many shares were allotted? Totally 5,000 only. No. So 5,000 into 5, 25,000. 5,000 into 3, 15,000 and 5,000 into 2, 10,000. Total 25,000. So due entry is share allotment account data to share capital to securities premium. Total 25,000 due entry. Next entry is allotment money received. Entry for the transaction is bank account data to share allotment. Okay, so how much amount we are supposed to receive? 25,000 including securities premium. So 25,000 we are supposed to receive, but we have already received 800 into 3 rupees, 2,400 along with the application money. So this amount is retained towards allotment. Now you can subtract 2,400 from 25,000. The remaining amount you can receive from the shareholders. This is called as pro-rata allotment. So we are supposed to receive 25,000. Along with the application money we have received 2,400. Now you can subtract this value from 25. Remaining amount will be received from shareholder. Being allotment money received. Okay, so out of 25,000 already you have received 2,400, remaining 22,600. 22,600 received from shareholders. Next entry is first call money due, rupees 2 per share. Entry for the transaction is share entry is share first call account data to share capital. Okay, being call money, being first call money due. Okay, 5,000 shares into 2 rupees per share, 10,000. Next, first call money received. Entry is bank account data to share first call. So before you enter the amount, just see the adjustment. All money were duly received except the first call on 300 shares. So 300 shareholders failed to pay first call money. So how many shareholders are there? 5,000 shareholders. No. So out of 5,000 shareholders, only 4,700 shareholders have paid the first call money except 300 shares. Narration. Being first call money received except 300 shares. So remaining 4,700 shareholders they have paid into 2 rupees. First call money value 2 rupees. No. So 4,700 into 2 rupees received. 9,400. So we are supposed to receive 10,000, but the company received only 9,400 first call money. The balance 600 rupees is 300 shareholders failed to pay 2 rupees per share. So 600 rupees calls in arrears. Final one is on second call rupees 2 per share. So first you have to make due entry. Due entry is share second call account data to share capital, being second call money due. So how many shareholders? Same thing. 5,000 shares into 2 rupees per share, 10,000. Second call money due is 10,000 and the last one is second call received. Entry for the transaction is bank account data to share second call account. Okay, so how much amount you are supposed to receive? 10,000. See the adjustment. All money were duly received except the first call on 300 shares and the final call on 400 shares. So according to this problem, we have only two calls, first call and second call. This will be the final call. So final call, how many shares? 400 shares. Except 400 shares, they have received all other money. 4,600 shares into 2 rupees per share received. 9,200 rupees received from the shareholders. So we are supposed to receive 10,000, but 400 shareholders fails to pay. No. So 400 into 2, 800 rupees. 10,000 minus 800 is equal to 9,200. So now we have made entries for all the transaction. Now we have to prepare balance sheet. So before we prepare the balance sheet, you need to prepare ledger for each and everything. I am going to show you only bank account. Now we have to prepare ledger for each and every transaction. So I am going to prepare only bank account. Okay, then we can prepare the balance sheet. So see the entries. First entry, bank account data to share application. In bank account debit side to share application. How much amount? 18,000. 18,000. Next. Here bank is there. Share application account data to bank. So in bank account you have to write by share application. How much? 600 rupees. No. By share application. That is rejection entry. How much? 600 rupees. Next, allotment money received. Bank account data to share allotment. 22,600. Bank account data to share allotment. 22,600. Next received entry, first call money received. Bank account data to share first call 9,400. Bank account data to share first call, how much? 9,400. Then the second call. Second call money received entry, bank account data to share second call 9,200. Bank account data to share second call. That's 9,200. That's all. We have made all the entries. We have received 18,000 on share application, 22,600 on allotment, 9,400 on first call, 9,200 on second call, and 600 rupees rejected. No, that entries we have made. Now get the total, 59,200. Enter the same amount here also, 59,200. Now get the balancing figure, 58,600. This one is balancing figure. That is by balance carried down, and next to balance brought down. Okay, this you have to show when you prepare the balance sheet. This will be entered under asset side as bank balance. Now we need to prepare balance sheet. Asset side, liability side. Asset side, first item is bank account. Bank balance, how much? 58,600. Liability side, share capital. How many shares were offered by the company? 5,000 shares. No, 5,000 into 10 rupees each, 50,000 minus calls in arrears. Look at the problem. All money were duly received except the first call 300 shares and final call 400 shares. So these two things are called calls in arrears. First call 300 shares into 2 rupees and final call 400 into 2 rupees. 300 into 2, 600. 400 into 2, 800. Totally 1,400. Except 1,400, the remaining amount received from the shareholder. So the balancing amount you can enter into outer column. 48,600. And then this problem is issue shares at premium. No, that premium we have to show separately. It is an income for the company. Securities premium 5,000 shares into 2 rupees, 10,000. Security premium is 2 rupees. So this amount is an income for the company. So you have to show separately. 5,000 shares into 2 rupees each. 10,000. Now get the total. Liability side 58,600. Asset side also 58,600. In this problem, we have discussed about issue of shares at premium, and we know the procedure to show premium in the balance sheet. And this one is oversubscription. When the company received excess application, the company will go for pro-rata allotment. And in this problem, we have seen calls in arrears. So hope you all understand this concept. Thank you.